What is up, guys? It is the Sound Alchemist, and today I'm back with
Gersh1
in another episode of For the Greater
WAAAGH. This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put question in front of your question because we get to those questions first. That is what T3 Man D3 A Labird did. How many orcs does it take to change a light bulb? Which clan is the best or worst? How many Primarchs does it take to change a light bulb, and which is the fastest and which is the worst? So, the best orc clan, in my opinion, is the Bad Moons clan. We just played a tabletop game a couple minutes ago, and even though we lost, I still have to say that if you're an orc player, you have to play Bad Moons. Re-rolling 1s and 6s giving you additional wounds or giving additional attacks is just essential.
That is a really strong ability.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, rerolls and more attacks, that's exactly what you want with orcs. Just because it counterbalances the whole, like, I hit on 5s and 6s kind of thing.
And then the best thing to do is you use the teleport stratagem. You drop a bunch of boys with shooters. Each one of them has 2 shots. So that's 30 boys, 60 shots going into a squad of Space Marines, a squad of whatever infantry you want. They will be gone. And then on top of that, you get to assault. It's just amazing. So the best clan to play in 40K is definitely Bad Moons. Next would be Speed Freaks.
But yeah, that's what I was going to say. Speed Freaks are actually pretty good, but it's just that Bad Moons are so highlighted right now that that's all he's been playing.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for that, because even though dropping in 30 boys is scary, I feel like bikes have always been like a bad memory, because in, what was it, 5th edition, they were insane with wound allocations and bringing in pain boys, and they were just a hassle on the battlefield. Yeah, they were it was a squad of I think 6 not bikers. You wouldn't be able to destroy them. Like the whole game would go, and like the orcs would just jump from one close combat thing to the next, and like you said, because of wound allocation, none of them would actually die. But yeah, but that's back in the day. Next question. This one is by Juan G. So, do you like Mudkips? The Pokemon? I think I went with Trico, but Mudkip's pretty cool too.
I can't remember. Brian B. What would the Inquisition go after, or would the Inquisition go after someone if they saw they put anchovies on their pizza? I don't really like anchovies. Fish on pizza makes sense a little bit. So.
Yeah, I mean, I have yet to come across a pizza that I haven't liked, but like I haven't tried anything crazy like orange slices on pizza. So.
Orange slices, yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But like pineapple pizza is cool. Anchovies, olives.
The craziest pizza I've ever had is garlic. Like they put garlic cloves in the pizza. Yeah, that was weird.
Was it like too garlicky?
Too garlicky, yep. Next question comes from T3 Man T A Labird. Is there a weapon more reliable and more powerful than a Helgon for a guardsman to carry into battle? I know plasma weapons are more powerful, but the guardsman version isn't too reliable.
I don't think so, because at that point you're putting in too much time, effort, training to just have a guardsman use a really powerful weapon. That's why they've got basic las guns as the main weapon, because they're cheap, they're efficient, and they're easy to reproduce.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably Helguns are really good. Plasma guns are the next best thing.
Next question.
Guttersnipe pie. Can Tyranids eat plastic?
Yes. Next question comes from Michael Howell. Can Imperial forces use looted weapons, ammo, and armor from Chaos forces in a pinch? In a pinch, yes, they can, but then they run the risk of being corrupted. Most of the time, they'll die afterwards. Because the Inquisition will find out that they use these tainted weapons, and...
Unless you're part of the Death Watch, which they tend to use like Necron phase swords and other stuff, but they just say it's really old human tech.
Yeah.
Which they know it's not. This one's another one by T3 Man. If Sanguinius were to return, would they have to bring back a dead traitor Primarch to even the scales? No. Because I feel like them being demon Primarchs is already a step above regular Primarchs. So like when Gillman fought against Magnus, I felt like Magnus should have had that easy. But it's Gillman.
Yeah. Isaac Hahn. Would it be possible for a rogue chapter still fighting for the Emperor to be rogue for having women in their chapter? How much does this mess with the lore? It messes with the lore pretty significantly, just because a Space Marine has to be a man genetically. The way a Space Marine becomes a Space Marine is you get a prepubescent boy, and then you implant him with the gene seeds, and as he goes through puberty, the hormones that are naturally released during puberty work with the gene seed, and they create the Space Marine. A woman has different hormones being created, so it would mess with the whole initiation rites of a Space Marine. So yeah, but that doesn't mean we can't have it. Next question.
The Fool Zero6. The Luna Wolves changed their legion name into the Sons of Horus when they betrayed the Imperium. Why didn't the Emperor's children change their legion name, even after they betrayed the Imperium? Is it out of slight for the Emperor and other loyalists? That is exactly correct. He's basically slapping the Emperor in the face by keeping the name the Emperor's Sons. Like, just think about it. Like, the Emperor is supposed to be like the hope for humanity, and you have a Primarch and his legion who's been corrupted by chaos and are actively trying to taint his name by calling themselves the Emperor's Sons. Or the Emperor's children. Same thing.
Next question comes from T3 Manned 3A LeBird. Who do the orcs like to fight the most? Orcs. Orcs fight amongst themselves more than they fight with any other chapter or any other race. Next question.
This one is by Grey Death Angel. Do you guys still like to look at people's custom lore on their army? And if you do, what would be the best way to get it to you? Keep up the great videos and have a nice day. Yeah, you guys can keep sending us your own fan lore to the Facebook page. It's One Mind Syndicate at Facebook. And just message it to us.
Try your best to make it, like when you write it out, try to format it in a way that it's easy to write. Don't just give us like a 4-page paper that jumps around everywhere. Try to format it a little bit. But yeah. Silent Mind. Are there any beings who have come into contact with the corruption of chaos and were able to ward it off? Did they walk away unscathed, or did chaos leave their mark on them? Yes. So you said any beings. The one that comes to mind is, of course, Farsight. I really think that the sword that he has is a chaos sword, and he hasn't been tainted by chaos, and it's been how long? Years
upon years. Another good example is Drago. The dude practically lives in the warp, and he's incorruptible, untaintable. He's never been able to be swayed by chaos as much as chaos tries to sway him. That happened both in the, I want to say it was like in the Slanesh lands, like they were trying to seduce him and whatnot, and also in the Palace of Zeech, and he didn't. He stayed true to the light of the Emperor, basically.
Yeah, and of course, if you have any gnolls, so those are people who are anti-psychic powers, they're going to remain pure. The Adeptus Custodes, the Grey Knights, and yeah, those two factions are the biggest ones, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say Sisters of Battle, but no, there's been many instances of them falling to corruption.
Yeah. Next question.
The Fool 06. Among the models you guys own, which is your favorite? And what do you do to make it special? Does it have a special place in your display case? Do you prioritize it among the rest of your models? Do you take long baths with it? I try not to put them in the bath because the humidity makes the paint chip. But yeah, I've got models like that. The captain that I have for my Space Marine Army, that's probably one of my favorite models ever. The sculpt itself is Armillus Dynat from the Alpha Legion from Forge World, and it's been slightly converted, and it just looks really cool. I really like that one.
Yeah, I don't think I have one.
I mean, they're orcs.
Yeah, all my orc army, I'm pretty unsatisfied with it. It's just all over the place. But I've had it since I was, 9, 8 maybe.
Since 5th edition?
Yeah, so it's just all over the place. My Skitarii army is pretty cool. It's just hard to play Skitarii just because I'm not used to their codex. And we were talking about this a couple minutes ago, but like a lot of the names for the Skitarii stuff is just really hard to pronounce for me. So I kind of try to stay away from it, and it kind of just doesn't like click in my head. I don't know. It's weird.
It's like, what is a neutron blaster?
Yeah. Next question.
The WAAAGH. What is a Lord Discordant? So the Lord Discordant is a brand spanking new Chaos Space Marine HQ that will be coming to you in a few weeks to pre-order. Basically, it's a warpsmith riding on a demon engine that gives off buffs to the rest of your army. More so if you're playing like demon engines. Yeah, he's not out yet, but they do have pictures and like a little bit of rules for him on the Warhammer community page. It came out like a week or two ago, so you can check it out there.
And then last question comes from Conrad. So my dog is yellow, fat, possessed by Slanesh. She eats both of you in the same time, and she has this warp power that what you talk about last time, I don't know how to wrote it. So my question is, do you think she starts her own chaos cult, and how can she do this? So how can an individual start their own chaos cult? Well, first you have to get blessings from a certain patron god. It's easier that way. So for instance, if you're going to be worshipping Nurgle, you have to have some type of disease. If you're going to be worshipping Slanesh, you're going to have some type of pleasure. Tzeentch, usually Tzeentch cults are pretty small, but what it comes down to is finding your patron god. So first, figure out who your patron god is, worship him or her in that specific way. Check out our 40 facts on that specific god, and that's how you're going to find out how to worship him or her or it. But yeah. Those were the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, comment down below. Thank you guys so much for supporting us on here, on Patreon, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff.
As always, remember to hit that subscribe button and leave your comments down below. This has been The Sound Alchemist.
Gershwan.
And we are out.
Always used to put my freedom first in any situation.